Playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Can be fun and exciting. With online stores like eBay and TCG Player, duelists worldwide can obtain any card they can think of, but playing competitively can be quite the investment. Does it have to be? How difficult would it be to make a competitive deck from sealed-only product? Starting our journey with 3 structure decks, a budget of $30 a week, and the heart of the cards, I'm going to be making a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck worthy of a regional event. Welcome to Sealed Only Yu-Gi-Oh! Soulburner Bakugan Edition. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another sealed only episode, your favorite deck simulator. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. Really banking on our luck being good today. I had ordered these a couple weeks ago and they never ended up coming in until recently, so the reason that they took so long is because I ordered the European versions of Savage Strike, so we have those today. Oh, this glare is so bad. Okay, hopefully that's a little better. I know the glare is still bad on it, but yeah, that's much better. So we have 3 Savage Strike as well as 2 Pendulum Evolutions, because these are at my Walmart for like $2 a piece. I couldn't pass them up because we needed to get them for the Dragon mirrors. So hopefully we can pull those. I think a Morphage Goliath is in here as well. I'll have to double check, so I'll put that on the screen right here with what set he's from. So yeah, we need that as well, just because it's another good target that we can get. So yeah, I've been sitting on these for a little bit. These were actually supposed to be the episode where we opened the Gold Sark 10. That was the week I ordered these, and I just thought they were never coming in. So yeah, just the feel of these packs between them, it's so different. So we've got 2 Pendulum Evolution, 3 promo packs, and 9 Savage Strike packs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start ordering more European packs because these are really nice. These are really nice. I know it doesn't like look like much or anything, but like if you get to feeling these, there is a noticeable difference. So I'm just gonna open these up real quick. And the reveal, we got 2 White Rose Dragons. Beautiful. So now we have a playset. That's exactly what we wanted. This card is super good. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start making a pile of stuff we're keeping. Just put it right here at the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and open the Pendulum Evolutions first, just because I want to get these out of the way and kind of figure out if we can play with Dragon's Mirror or not, because that's the whole reason we got these. Band, good card, alright card, good card, and nothing. And in the second one, can we get one? We don't have access to OTS 10 at my locals, so I gotta try and pull them from this. Nope, nothing. But we did get a Meteor Burst. We might be able to use this for something. It's not what we wanted. So, kind of a dud on those, but we didn't waste any money getting them, so that's not bad. Alright, so into the Savage Strike stuff. Let's go ahead and just open these bad boys up one at a time. I'm gonna try and keep one of them, because they are really nice. And we have one saved, so the rest of them are gonna get torn up. So we have Shiranuki, Cyberus Wicked, Cyberus Converter, Time Thief Winder, Hina, Fire Trauma Ablaze, and Elemental Hero Brave Neos. It's not bad, not what we're looking for. Shiranuki, and Orcus Nightmare. So, nothing in the first pack. On to pack number 2. If I can get this open. There we go. Time Thief Regulator, Orchestrated Release, Subterra Guru, Madolche, Shiranuki Squire, Claybreaker, Time Thief Flyback. If we can get another Redoer, that'd be amazing. That'd be awesome. As of today, they actually released what the two packs. So they released what is going to be an OTS 12 and the Dragon Maid pack that we're going to get. That one's going to be amazing. I'm actually going to put a set list up right here, but it has Super Rejuvenation. It's got Dragon's Ravine and then the Dragon Maid cards. So that's going to be really, really nice for us. Just to have access to a Dragon's Ravine that isn't in a $50 starter deck. So that would be really nice. And then onto the third pack. So this is the end of our first special edition. Soundling Great Perro, Cataclysmic Sunburner, Incantation, Chernui, Rocket Synchron in the rare so we can bump it up, and Trickstar Divoritas. I gotta put this down here for that rarity bump. So, nothing. Alright, so that's one down. On to the next. I'm really kind of worried. I don't feel like I'm going to get anything out of these. I mostly want Pisty. That's, if we can end the episode with a Pisty, I will be happy. Kinda. Nothing. Alright, let's go to the next one. Into the Brains. That's a lot of people's favorite portion, is the packs and seeing what we get, so I'll try to make it a little more epic. So we have TG Tank Grub, Soundman Great Perro, Clock Lizard, Time Thief Regulator, Trickstar Fusion, and next, nothing. Yeah, nothing. We're pretty much in it for the rares and beyond. So none of the common stuff is actually going to do us any good. And the final pack for the second special edition. Wicked, Neospace Connector, Time Thief Hack, World Legacy World Arc, and Trickstar. Wow, these packs are some butt. These are really bad. Getting a little worried. We have 3 packs left and like 4 cards we need, so I need more than 4 cards. Let's just see if we can't get that Pisty. Fusion of Fire and Brave Neos. Wow. These are so bad. Ugh. Must be nice to be able to just pull all your stuff from one grand opening of Savage Strike. Super, super props to him for not only getting the Phantasme, but literally everything else he needed from that. So let's see if we can't get at least one thing we need from these. Nope. And the final pack. Cyber's Quantum Dragon. I had a feeling we were going to get this card. That's alright. Absolutely nothing. We got a Rocket Synchron boost. Or upgrade. Just nothing. Oh, this is so frustrating. Quantum is good. Quantum is good. Alright, so we can at least find space for this. I think that's pretty much all we're going to come out of these packs with. So, it's a very, very big upset, but, I mean, it's something. Okay, did not set up the Vanguard mat. It was here when I got here. So, we have our OTS pack. You got them back in stock. And I picked up 3 more Chaos Impacts to open. I've been in the rules a little bit, but my packs this week were absolute dookie. So, we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to see what we can get from this. Try to change some things up last second. So, let's start with our OTS pack. Moray of Greed, and then we got the Dual Dragon token with the, is that Red Dragon Archfiend on it? That's pretty sick. I like that a lot, actually. Hell yeah. Alright, so we're gonna go into our Chaos Impacts. This is actually really cool. So let's see if we can't get something. Got Old Mind, DD Patrol Plane, Dream Mirror of Chaos, Crystal Heart, so nothing there. Gladiator Beast Charge, nothing. Alright, that's one down. Let's do another one. This might not be our week. We might just have to deal with what we got. Action Magic, Cauldron, Tachyon, yeah, Dream. Yeah, nothing. Alright. Last chance. See if we can't get something. Get that Dark Fluid, Tekken Link 5. That'd be amazing. Oh, I haven't seen this one yet. Mimi Curl. That one's cute. Primal King. Yeah, no. Nothing. This was just not our week. We had one card of 15 packs to add to our deck. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but we'll see how we can do today. And I will update you guys when we finish round one. So today didn't exactly go as planned. We went 1-3, and I had a lot of interruptions during my games that just I couldn't play past. So it was a bit interesting. Every time I would be ashed or Effect Veilered, I would just have to pass, or if I had something to do, or if I had any plays that I was making, they were easily outed on my opponent's turn. So it was a bit difficult. I couldn't record at Sage's today because he also did a Pokemon tournament at the same time. So it was a bit crowded in there. I couldn't exactly set up my tripod in a comfortable position for me to be able to record all my matches. So the deck, giving me a bit of a hard time. I feel like this far into the challenge I should be at least taking 2 games a week, but I can't seem to get to that point. So we did a bit of a rework on the deck, and now I have a bit more of a streamline. It's a different angle I'm taking with the deck. We don't have any regionals or any events coming up soon, so we have a bit of time to playtest and do a bunch of other stuff we can actually afford to do. So let's take a look at the new build. I've already thought about everything I want to do and how it should play. I've done a couple of solitaire hands with it. It's a little interesting, but I think after how bad this week was, there's no way we can do any worse next week, and with what I want to get, we should be able to make those better plays. And I don't know, it makes sense in my head, but in execution, I guess it's just gonna be a little bit more playtesting. So let's take a look at the deck, and we'll go from there. And on to everyone's favorite section of my sealed only videos, the deck profile. So this is a little bit different than what we've been playing, and that was kind of the plan. I have a little bit more special summoners. I feel like this build in particular won't be ashed or Effect Veilered as hard. Well, I mean, if it does, it's not going to hurt us as bad as it has before. I trimmed down the rocket package a little bit, and I'm trying out a new engine in here that kind of increases our viability and our consistency. So without further delay, let's go ahead and take a peek at what I have put together. Again, this is just testing it out right now, but we're gonna play the field, and I kind of like it. This build focuses around one of the cards that a lot of people have a hard time dealing with, and as we go through it, I'm sure you guys will understand, as well as some extra deck options that I have teched in here that just work for my local play and everything. But I really want to start taking some wins, get some fat dubs, and just start pushing for that top. So hopefully with this build, we should be able to at least head that way. If not, we'll try something else. But for right now, I think this is fine. As well as the stuff we're going to get next week shouldn't affect the main deck too much. I'm hoping to get more stuff for the extra deck next week, and that's not dual Devastator stuff, so maybe you guys can figure out what it's going to be. But without further delay, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual deck profile. So starting us off, we have the 3 Rocket Tracers. Cannot change those. Rocket Tracer is just too good. We went down to 2 Magna Rockets and 1 Auto Rocket, 1 Silver Rocket, 1 Rocket Synchron, and 2 Absorouter. So that's the rocket package that we're used to. It's a little bit slimmed down a bit. Hopefully that shouldn't affect too much. And for the techs, I'm sure you guys have now figured out what it is that I'm going to be trying in here. We're going to go for a more exceed control based deck. A lot of people that I play with and that I've been practicing online with this build actually have a really hard time getting rid of Time Thief Redoer. So we're going to take full advantage of that. He is a dark exceed monster needing 2 materials. And when we use Rocket Tracer's effect, we're locked into dark extra deck monsters. So we might as well take full advantage of his typing and attribute. So first we have Time Thief Winder, 2 copies. We have Time Thief Bezel Ship, 2 copies. And Time Thief Regulator, 2 copies. So I think 2 of everything in here is really good. A lot of them special summon themselves. If you just have Regulator out, you can pop it and get 2 more Time Thieves from the deck. Not Regulator, so we have these 2. As well as the new Time Thief Exceed we're going to be getting here soon. So that's super exciting. And yes, that will help make this a little bit more viable. And we need to get another Time Thief Redoer because we're just currently sitting at 1. But that works out anyways. Because of this week, we're going to have to buy more Savage Strike anyways. So since we are missing a bunch of the cards we need for the actual Rocket Link deck, we're going to do some weird combo stuff with the Time Thief cards and try and just play with those for a little bit. I think it'll be interesting. I'm having fun with it, but this challenge is really difficult with the stuff that I've pulled. I feel like I opened the series very strong and we used up all of our luck pretty early, so we're just kind of dealing with these scraps now. So next up we have 3 copies of Defrag Dragon. This guy special summons himself by sending a card to the graveyard, which is fine because we can net gain some stuff later. It's also a level 3, which is really important, which we'll get to a card. The reason for that will be explained here in a little bit. We have 1 Exceed Slide Dolphin, and this just special summons itself if I have an Exceed monster, as well as a Water attribute, which is also important. We're running a single copy of White Dragon Wyvern Buster, just because we have so many darks in the deck. He's just pretty much free. We also run Dark Flare Dragon, who is a level 5 Dark Dragon that you can special summon him by banishing a light and a dark dragon. No, a light and a dark monster from your graveyard, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a dragon. He also blows some stuff up by sending resources to the graveyard, which is nice. And the reason that the defrags are so important being level 3 is because I am now running 1 Psychic Wielder. Pretty good, because if you control a level 3 other than him, you can special summon himself. The synchro that you go into is a level 6, so this makes it. And then if this is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you target 1 monster on the field with less attack than the synchro that you're summoning and blow it up. So that's really cool. Easy level 6 synchro there. We're running Dose Effect Veilers, and that is going to do it for the monsters. Moving on to the spells, we have Triple Quick Launch, which is really good. This makes the number of level 3s we're running in the deck a total of 10, or 9, I think it's 10. 1 Poly, 2 Super Polys, double Twinnies, 1 Boot Sector Launch, double Dark Hole, Terraforming to bait out the Ash. We don't necessarily need the Boot Sector Launch. It's a nice option to have, but with the Terraforming we can kind of bait those hand traps. So that's really nice. 1 Dragon Shrine, Time Thief Hack. This card is very good, and we could also get it from the one boy Winder. Yeah, we can get it for Winder. That's why we're running at 1. It makes our Exceeds able to attack directly, as well as it net gains us some advantage over our opponents, because it also gives our Redoer immunity by card effects during the turn, because he's going to consistently bring himself back. Well, we would hope so. He's going to consistently bring himself back with his effect, keeping a monster equipped to him, so that is nice. I don't think we need to run this at any more than 1. We have a Mind Control at 1. I would like to bump this up. This card is really good. Then we have a single copy of Called by the Grave, And on the end, Time Thief Flyback. So this is a pretty good trap card. We can get it with Hacker. We also get to equip this. Target one Time Thief exceed monster you control. Attach one Time Thief card from your hand or deck to it as material. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Target one Time Thief exceed monster you control. Attach one card from your opponent's graveyard to it. So this is good against the Sky Striker matchup, because if they have the one ray, we can steal it. If they have Gazelle or Spinny, we can also steal those as well. So that is it for the main deck. Again, playing around with it a little bit, I just had to really dig through all of the stuff that we've pulled so far in this challenge and think about what I can do. And just the Time Thief stuff made sense to me. It may not next week after we play locals, but after the streak I've had, I'm just willing to try anything. On to the extra deck. We have a single copy of Borreload Furious. We have a single copy of Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Hyper Psychic Riser. This card's pretty good. If your opponent has monsters with less attack than it, they can't attack this dude, and then neither player can activate the effects of face-up monsters on the field with more attack than this card. This also gets us back our Rockets, which is really interesting, because if this card is destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, you can target one tuner and one non-tuner in your graveyard, and with the same type and attribute, and add them to your hand. So this gets us Tracer as well as any of the Rockets that we need, which is really cool. We could get back Tracer and Absorouter, and that would just be absolutely crazy to just continue to go off on our turn. It gives us some stuff back, so that's really nice. He's a level 6, we can make it really easily. We have the Man, Time Thief Redoer. This is kind of our win condition now, I would say. We make him steal our opponent's resources, use the spell to attack directly, and then just keep gaining advantage off of this guy. So we definitely need to bump this up, which works out because we need more Sapphire Strike. We then have one number 50 Black Shippercorn. I'm sure if you guys have been watching the series for a while, you remember this card. We ran it early in the series, and I did not think it would be coming back. But yeah, it's a dark level 4. It's a dark rank 4 that we can get into with some combos and stuff. We got this guy a couple weeks ago. He's a fire type, so if we if we end up not Rocket Tracering effect, this guy will just win us games towards the end. Like, he's kind of our final push. Him with Redoer, I think, will be really good, because we can detach 2 materials from this boy, target our Time Thief Redoer. During that battle phase, his attack becomes double, making him, what, 48? Yeah, he becomes a 48, and then with the Time Thief spell, we can attack our opponent directly, and yeah, this makes him really good. So it's just not necessarily on the turn that he's summoned, unless we have not used Rocket Tracer's effect, because we get locked out of any attribute that isn't dark. We also have number 101. This guy is really good. He's just good for stealing resources if we don't have anything. Moving on to the Link monsters, we have an LP. We teched in one Gimmet Puppet Chimera Doll. It's a dark with bottom left, bottom right arrows. The Time Thief cards are machines, so that's really good. I think the only one that isn't is the Psychic Redoer, but the main deck monsters are machines. So we can actually go into this, and the effect doesn't really matter that much. We just need those arrows. Land for Linkus when we're not locked into dark monsters. Booster Dragon, he's just good rocket support, and we can just keep, using his effect, which is nice. Delindrous Dragon, this card's good. Yeah, Delindrous. Triple Burst, Saryuja, and Borreload as the extra deck stuff. So the 3s and 4s are kind of the same. We haven't really changed these guys all too much. We are desperately in need of a Boral Sword, but I know we'll get him eventually. And then on to the final section, the side deck. So some interesting choices went into this, but I think they all make sense. So we have Predaplant Dracostapelia, our super poly target for any kind of weird hero matchup or any fusion-based matchup. Pendulum Magicians as well, it's good. Salaman, great for the Salad matchup. Absolute Zero for the hero matchup, now that we're running 2 water monsters, and one of them, it's not necessarily searchable, but, you know, just having an Ab-Zero with the amount of hero players that has been increasing at not only my locals, but a lot of tournaments recently, I think this is a good choice to go into. Plus, I love this guy. So then we have the Quad Boral. I didn't want to completely take him out of the deck. I think he's really good. We just haven't been going against a lot of link-based decks recently, which is interesting. Or if they do link, they don't have them at the end of the turn. So yeah, Quad Boral's in the side. We have Scarlight, Red Dragon Archfiend for time. We then have 3 Pankratops, 1 Anti-Spell Fragrance, Imperial Order, which I know is at 1, Summon Limit, Solemn Strike, 3 red reboots. But that is going to do it for the deck profile portion. I'm pretty satisfied with the way that the deck is functioning right now, but when it comes to the player interactions, I'm just having a bit of a hard time. I think right now, with the way that it is, when our opponent says no to us, we have some plays as well we can kind of play through, an Effect Veiler or an Ash Blossom. If they have multiples, that's just, you know, the luck of the draw, but I think this week was definitely one of our lower points. Just from the packs to the rounds today, I don't think they were that great. But that's the whole challenge of this right now, is just working with what you've got and making it function. So I think with the Time Thief stuff that we've gotten, the pretty Euro prints that we got from the Savage Strikes, we just are making the best of what we have. And, you know, I tried to cheat out, not cheat, but bend the rules a little bit to get some more packs, and we just still didn't get anything. So that's just the week, you know, that it is sealed only, and we're not guaranteed anything that's going to help us. You know, of the entire week, we got 1 card, but now we've actually turned that into a couple of cards, so that's pretty cool. Just turning that negative into a positive. So I know I may not be the best duelist, but I'm still trying to make this work and try to make this enjoyable for not only myself, but you guys watching as well. But to do a rundown of the matches I did today. So my first match, it was Pendulums, and I opened up Safert, Collapser, and Wyvern Buster in my hand, and I couldn't do anything with them. No spells to be seen. I went first, so I couldn't draw. My hand was absolutely atrocious, so I tried to make some plays. I think I got Booster Dragon on board somehow, and I ended my turn. He went and popped off, and I just didn't have a response. Game 2, I sided in every card I could against Pendulum, Imperial Order, Anti-Spell Fragrance, Kaiju Gamma Seal, just everything that was in my extra deck that I could side against him, and I didn't see a single copy. I saw 1 Effect Veiler, and that was it. And I opened 2 of the Baby Dragons as well, so that didn't do me any good. Game 2, I went up against Guru Control, and yeah, that I couldn't do anything about that. Sided and just didn't see any of the stuff. We had a little bit of back and forth, but after I was able to Dark Hole him, he just came back with some Fury, so that was unfortunate. He took that round. Game 3, I went up against the dark deck with it's like trap themed with the field spell that turns everything dark. Can't remember what that one is called, but it has a structure deck. We went against that. The first game, it was really, really close, but he ended up taking it. No, I took the first game. It was a grind game though. Second game, I sided in Red Reboots because he was doing like Solemns, Lost Winds, so I was able to side some Red Reboots, and I saw them that game, and I was able to just prevent him from using his trap cards until I could inevitably win the game. Round 4, we ended up going against Cyber Dragons, and the build that he was running just said no to every one of my plays. If I left something in the extra monster zone, Chimera Tech Fortress. If I left something back in the back to kind of like let me have something on my turn, Kaiju. If I was able to keep the Kaiju for a turn, Chimera Tech Fortress. It was rough, but we came pretty close in those games. If I were to record any, it would have been the Cyber Dragon matchup, just because it was pretty fun. This week was just rough all around. But that is going to do it for this episode of Sealed Only. Hopefully, we will have better luck next week. I am optimistic AF, and I hope that we can get some of the stuff that we need to finally start net gaming some wins. And I think this deck that we have now will get us there. So, until the next episode, I hope you guys have a fiery day.